feeling that pre-exam pressure for your functional English test? I get it. You're in exactly the right place. In just the next few minutes, we're going to take that big pile of notes and turn it into a super focused guide to help you walk into that exam feeling totally confident. So, the exam is right around the corner. But hey, don't stress. We're about to cut through all the noise and really zero in on the key things that are going to make a huge difference for you. All right, let's get right into it. We're taking these notes right here and forging them into your secret weapon, a clear, powerful study guide. Think of this as your high-speed crash course to crushing it on exam day. First up, let's talk about the grammar toolkit. And look, this isn't about memorizing a bunch of boring rules. It's about getting comfortable with the tools you need to write with precision and confidence when it really, really counts. So let's start with something that seems basic but trips up so many people: articles. These little words, an, and the, are such an easy place to lose marks. Let's make sure you don't. Okay, here is a classic exam trap. A lot of people write N university because, U is a vowel. But that's wrong. The correct way is A university. So, what's the deal here? And here's the secret. The word university actually starts with a y sound, which is a consonant sound. The rule is super simple when you think about it. It is always about the sound the word starts with, not the first letter. Remember that, and you'll easily avoid a really common mistake. Now, here's another tricky area that examiners just love to test: subject-verb agreement. Check this out. When you say a number of, you treat it as plural, so you use were. But when you say the number of, you're talking about a single specific quantity, so it's singular, and you use is. Nailing this little difference, that's going to make your writing look so much sharper. So, we've got our grammar tools sorted. Now let's actually put them to work and start building sentences that really show off your skills, taking you from the simple stuff all the way to the complex. We're going to start with the absolute foundation, the simple sentence. It's just one subject and one verb, and it gets a single, complete thought across. This is the basic building block for all clear communication. For instance, he studies daily. One subject, he. One verb, studies. It's a full thought. It might be simple, but you know what? That kind of clarity can be incredibly powerful in your writing. Okay, let's level up to the compound sentence. This is where you connect two complete thoughts, two of those simple sentences, using a joining word like and, but, or so. It's how you start showing the relationship between ideas. And here's what that looks like. He studies daily and he gets good grades. By linking these two simple ideas, we're not just listing facts anymore. We're showing a logical connection, and that instantly adds more depth to your writing. Ready for the next step? The complex sentence. This is where you combine a main idea with a supporting idea, one that can't really stand on its own. This is your go-to move for adding rich detail and explanation. Take this example. He gets good grades because he studies daily. The main point is, he gets good grades. The extra bit, because he studies daily, tells us why. This structure lets you show cause and effect, which, let me tell you, is a vital skill for any kind of analytical essay. All right, we have the building blocks down. Now let's zoom out and apply this to the bigger picture, reading comprehension, and essays. This is where you're going to score some serious points. When you get that comprehension passage, first thing is, don't panic. Just follow these 4 steps. Read it carefully, figure out the main point, and then answer clearly. But honestly, the most important step is that last one. Use your own words. That shows the examiner you didn't just find the answer, you actually understood it. And for your essays, this slide is basically your roadmap. Definitely do start with a strong intro. Keep each paragraph focused on just one main idea and wrap it all up with a solid conclusion. And the don'ts are just as important. Don't go off topic. That's just a waste of time and marks. And of course, no-brainers, like spelling mistakes and slang, just avoid them. It's all about coming across as professional and polished. Okay, let's switch gears and jump into some literary analysis. Your notes mention Kafka's Metamorphosis a lot, so let's quickly break down the key themes so you're ready for any question they throw at you. Wow, this one quote says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures Gregor Samsa's complete and total isolation after he changes. Pro tip, if you're writing about alienation, starting a paragraph with this quote is a fantastic way to set up your analysis. So these are the big 4 themes you've got to know. And notice how they all connect to each other. right? Gregor's alienation leads to his dehumanization, which then reveals how his family's love was totally conditional, and all of that throws him into a massive identity crisis. Showing how these themes weave together is the key to a really top-tier essay. So here is the absolute crucial point for your exam. Don't just talk about a guy who turns into a bug. You need to argue that his physical change is really a symbol for how society and even his own family just toss him aside the second he's no longer useful. That right there, that's the A-grade analysis. And just like Gregor struggled to communicate, effective communication is a huge part of functional English. So let's wrap this up by taking a quick look at the common barriers you might be asked about. Just remember these three big ones. A language barrier could be using complicated words your audience won't get. A psychological barrier could be that exam stress that just makes your mind go totally blank. And a cultural barrier, that could be something as simple as a gesture that means one thing to you, but something completely different to someone else. And there you have it. Our crash course is done. We've hit on grammar, sentence building, essays, literary analysis, and communication skills. You now have the key strategies to turn those notes into real results. The tools are all yours. You've got this. Now go ace that exam.